Trump is now calling for even more ICE officers to flood our streets and hunt down people selling empanadas and teaching science in high school. He wants to increase the number of ICE officers from 6,000 to 20,000 officers, which means, hey, the government actually is hiring in this one very limited area. Other than that, it's all being cut. But let's try to figure out ahead of time, what happens when you more than triple the number of ICE officers rampaging across America? Well, I would say you get triple the terror. And oh boy, have we had a lot of terror to go around in the past couple of weeks. Here's a little roundup of the greatest hits from just the last couple of days, actually. So first of all, a 12-year-old boy was left behind on a street after an immigration raid in Massachusetts. That's a sentence that is unfortunately true and equally terrible. ICE agents were seen on camera leaving the boy by himself on a sidewalk after arresting the person he was with on Felton Street. Neighborhood Watch volunteers were able to get the boy home safely, thankfully. The volunteers patrol the streets in pink vests. So thank God for them, because otherwise, what would have happened to that 12-year-old boy? I don't know, ICE officials didn't seem to care. The only good side of the story is that thankfully they didn't arrest the 12-year-old. But he could have died. He could have been sexually assaulted. He could have just been lost. He could have been just terrified and traumatized for multiple days before he was eventually able to get home. And at one point, by the way, a counselor who was involved in this is a Waltham City Councilor Colleen Bradley-MacArthur, was on a sidewalk when she recorded an ICE agent driving their car at her and onto the sidewalk. And the counselor said, I could tell what he was doing. He was trying to intimidate me with his car. So right before they left a kid to potentially die on the streets, they tried to strike an elected official with their vehicle for the crime of recording what they were doing. But it's not just that. When they're not abandoning children to their fates, they're using them as bait. And this story actually also happened in Massachusetts. ICE used the loved ones of one Roseanne Ferreira de Oliveira to lure her out of her home to be arrested. So this is last Thursday. 21-year-old Augusta Clara, her 3-month-old baby, and their 17-year-old sister had begun driving away from their home when they were stopped by ICE agents. So the ICE agents then called up Ferreira de Oliveira and said that you have to come or else they're not gonna be released. So then the daughter told her mom she needed to leave the home, come meet them, because ICE was saying they'd be arrested. Okay, and they weren't allowed to leave the baby in the hands of a minor or something. So the feds insisted the grandma needed to rush over to take custody of the baby. So then when she gets there, they arrest her. By the way, once she got there, they had no interest in the kids anymore. So the kids that evidently had not committed any actual crime that demanded that the 40-year-old come. It was just bait. And then they hauled her away. And in doing so, they attempted to portray the detained grandmother as a violent criminal illegal alien, the worst of the worst, noting that she was previously arrested by local police for assault and battery with a dangerous weapon on a pregnant victim. According to her daughter, it was a domestic dispute with her 17-year-old sister. And what was the alleged dangerous weapon? It was the cable to a phone charger. Worst of the worst. It's totally cool to do this ambush, use human beings as bait. You have to get this grandma off the streets before she goes on a rampage with a USB-C cable, Sharon. What do you think?
These were supposed to be only the worst violent criminals, right? The ones that were bringing drugs, raping and murdering people. I don't know what a phone charger has to do with any of this. And I don't know why, if someone's revving their car and driving on the sidewalk, we need 14,000 more of these guys and gals. Why do we need 20,000 of these people to treat us even more like we're in a police state and haul grandmas out of here at, maybe it's wrong, we haven't independently confirmed it, but I'm hearing the 30-some at Guantanamo Bay, it costs like $26,000 an hour for the flight to get them there. Yeah. Just to look big and grand and evil. It's, what a waste. I'm almost ready to give him the plane if he'll just go. Can we just give him that nice plane with all the gold and stuff? If he will just let us be. He doesn't really want to be president. He just wants to be evil and richer.
Yeah, give him the plane. In fact, get rid of the old Air Force One. Let him fly the new Palace in the Sky's back. He can land in Newark and it can be his, okay? It can be his from here on out, but just stay on it, okay? It's got 9 bathrooms, dude. You could wreck one, you'll be fine for a while. Anyway, every story that we do about ICE just further confirms to me we didn't actually have a problem with criminal aliens. If this is the best they can do, if this is the best they can come up with, it never was actually a problem that needed to be solved.